Alright everyone, welcome back to the Whitfield Report, or welcome to the Aftershow, I should say. I'm your host, Sam Whitfield. Well, you know all of the stuff, so anyway, welcome to the Aftershow. We are back, and wow. What an explosive interview with Milker Nation. I want to thank him for coming on the program earlier tonight, or I guess yesterday evening, as it were, here on the East Coast. But anyway, yeah, it was great to have him on, and now this is the after show, kind of a good time for reflection. So yeah, fresh stream, and oh shoot! Thanks for the donation, Andy. Very cool. No message, but yeah, thanks for the donation, Andy. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. So anyway, folks, I'm going to have Boulder on. Maybe Johnny Arcade, and then Basic also wants to talk, so I am adding them into the Discord, or rather I'm adding Basic into the Discord, and I think Boulder just joined, maybe.
Hey, mic check.
Mic check. You're good. So
yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that was an epic night. Epic.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. So, and I appreciate you coming on there at the end. So.
Well, it just felt like some energy needed to be added.
Yeah, I will admit. I've never seen Apex Gamma so chatty before, but
I agree.
Yeah, I think he was high. Look, I appreciate it when you guys talk, because even though I'm the host, I always like to let my guests talk. I'm not Howard Stern. I don't need to be the center of it. I don't need to be the center of attention. So
yeah, I saw a couple of the messages throughout the chat, and it was like, "Oh, Sam, you should talk up more." I'm like, "That's not really, how this is supposed to go. It's supposed to be like Milker and Johnny, and then maybe I jump in, or future nobody, Like, and then you ask us questions and we bounce those ideas off each other, you know?
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, no, I agree. I just invited Basic into the Discord, so
Oh, Basic's good people. He's been to my house. He spent Thanksgiving with me and my kids. He's good people.
so both I have to ask on completely
Hmm.
unrelated bear topics. As many of the listeners know, I am originally from Colorado, so I have to ask, how fucked is that state now with a gay leftist governor?
Mm. Well, we didn't really see a whole lot of change after the election. Um, we've seen some things that are not, basically good, but not a lot. Um, he's a pro business gay dude, basically.
Well, at least he's pro business.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, I'm major libertarian, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck who you fuck in your bedroom. Don't really care. Um, but he's actually helped. One thing that he's done. One thing that he's done is push for the marijuana businesses to get legit. So that's like setting up in-state credit unions where they can not walk out of their businesses with $50,000 in cash and have to carry a gun on them. You know,
Yeah.
now they can just take, because everybody pays by credit card. Nobody carries cash. When's the last time you carried $500 in cash on you? Maybe once a year.
Never.
So he's helped them in that way, which is like a safety thing, in my opinion. And it goes to a credit union first, and then it goes to a bank. But the federal government is still saying illegal, illegal, illegal.
Well, that's
That
because
I think.
that's because marijuana is not legal federally yet, is it?
Hmm. No, it's not. No, it's not. But we're getting more and more states every day. And once it gets to 32 states, then it'll be ratified. Yep. That's how it should work in a constitutional republic.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
You vote with your feet. You move to the state that you want to live in because of the regulatory process and the laws that are in that state. However, the federal government is only there for, I mean, I'm like this close to abolishing the federal government. Um, just disputes between states, the printing of coin and common money. That's it.
I hear you.
Because we can't have 52 different currencies. Like Guam and Puerto Rico are going to start printing their own money. Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, Guam might also, for all you know, tip over and capsize.
Oh, yeah. Johnson. Yeah. The
Yep.
Johnson Amendment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hank
Hank
Johnson.
Johnson. I still show that video to people that are normies all the time. I'm like, did you know that there's a senator from Georgia that thinks that an island can flip over? And they're like, no way. And I'm like, uh huh. Here's the video. He wasn't being joking about that. he had no idea how islands. He thinks they're fucking floating in the middle of the ocean.
I gotta give that general credit for keeping a straight face when explaining it.
Right? Right? Oh my goodness. The general's face, like, well, we don't anticipate that that will happen. And next question.
And and in the back of the guy's mind, and in the back of that general's mind, he's just got to be like, oh my god, what a moron.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Uh, Basic. I sent you a link to the Discord, so I see that you're in the chat. So hop in whenever you're ready.
Well, he's got to put a shirt on. No pants are required, but Basic must have a shirt on if he's going to be in a chat with me.
Well,
That's one of my ground rules.
well, oh, so you obviously don't know that much about the Whitfield report lore then. Then I
Oh,
take it. So
no shirt, no shirt.
yeah, pants are good, but eventually the audience is going to start yelling no shirt. So and
Mm.
that came about because Evil Eric, who actually draws like all the logos for the show and stuff. One day
Dude, where is that guy? He hadn't been around in a while.
he's in Michigan, doing whatever Michigan people do, I guess.
But he hasn't been on the chat. I mean, like, that's no reason. Like, I travel state to state, and I'm still in the chats and still in the, you know, I'm still keeping up.
He
But Evil Eric, I haven't seen him in a bit.
he just thinks that the whole Owen thing is gay, and I don't really blame him. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
he's
All
tired of
right.
it, and folks, I honestly am not going to cover Owen, for that much longer. I'm more into crazy Uncle Joe Biden at this point, covering
Yeah,
that.
see, can't we morph? Can't we pivot? Can't we shift? Can't we move?
Here
I mean, I agree with you.
here
I
here's
agree with him.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I swear to God that whenever I move away, Owen's like, "Oh no, Sammy and company are moving away from me. What can I do to get them back?"
Sure.
Hmm. I know. I'll drink fucking turpentine.
That
So,
is true. It seems like whenever somebody pivots away from their attention on him, and it's also their community, like your community, my uh, associates, let's say, stop paying attention, he does something even crazier. But I don't want to spend my time. Yeah, I get where he's coming from. Pinder doesn't cover him pretty much at all, and that's because of that same fact.
S-
Been there, done that.
Sam said he wouldn't cover Owen anymore 1.5 years ago. Yet here we are. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that, Johnny. I am not denying it. Part of it too is, I mean, whether I like or not, I'm tied in with you, and you're my friend, Johnny, and no one fucks with my friends. Not even big scary celebrity ex actor you know Owen. So
wait,
so
are we online? Are we on Discord?
no, we're live. So
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
yeah. Cool, cool.
we're
I mean,
live.
I'll say anything to you privately that I will say to you publicly. That there's no difference with me. I just heard you talk to somebody that's not on the call,
Yeah, no,
so to speak.
I'm reading chats right now,
Oh,
which I know is technically Sawson's job, but I think the Sawson is asleep. As
Sawson is definitely asleep. It's 2 o'clock her time. Yeah,
well,
she's definitely asleep.
it's 2 o'clock my time too. She and I are actually in the same state. We just found out. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got a couple of kids, and she got to get up in the morning. You never know about people.
I am surprised that Semper himself did not tune into the milk, or at least I didn't see him pop up in chat. I don't think, but he could have.
Uh, I have it on good authority that he watched most of the the stream.
Ah, yeah. Milker. I mean, Semper's an interesting one because I used to confuse him for Semper Fish, was a complete,
Right.
who was always a complete and total. I mean, still is an asshole, probably. Um,
No, I had to kick him out of a live stream last week. Uh, maybe like 3 days ago. But yeah, Semperfish is an asshole.
yeah. I mean, it's just it's really weird how things have all come about with all the X Bears and whatnot. We in a weird way, it kind of seems like we're going like now we're kind of going in reverse in a good way to where we're getting back to what the old streams used to be, where we're just shooting the shit now. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. It does feel weird. Um, I mean, who would have thought that I would have been friends with all the people that I'm friends with now, thinking the same thing, going, yeah, that was dumb of me to think that back then. That was one of the questions in your stream tonight was when I asked, do you feel bad about talking shit about the people that are still bears? And I do. Because I've met so many good people after they left, but I had left a year before, or 2 years before, or 3 years before. And, here I am, sitting right outside the fence, just waiting to grab somebody that walks next to the fence and, like, get the fuck out here and let me explain to you, you know?
yeah, so
I don't give up on people. I don't.
my whole philosophy up until the gummy thing with Owen and the Bears, because at the time we left, kind of the Bears, there were lots of Bears still in there, like you, who I was cool
Mm-hmm.
with, and I was like, hey, I you know I understand that you like Owen, I don't. That's fine. You're still free to watch
Sure. Yeah.
to watch the Whitfield report. That was my philosophy up until the the up until the gummy doxing,
Right. Right.
and that
Yeah. And
was
there's always that point for everyone.
and I mean
Now I knew the gummy was fake, so
mhm.
I already knew that. But the way he was selling it to other people, Do you remember Brazilian Bear?
Yeah, I remember Brazilian Bear.
Yeah. So I still talk to her. Um, she just got married. She's having a family. She's doing all the, and that day was like, see, most people just think back to like last December, the bear apocalypse. There was one a year before. There was one a year before that. And I've been there for all three of them.
Oh yeah, burning the dead wood, as Owen calls it.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time he moved, yeah. Yeah. So Owen is a strangle point and a lighthouse, is what I like to say.
Very interesting.
You know what I mean by that.
Yeah, yeah,
He
I do.
brings people in, and
The
if you're not good enough, he turns the community against you.
the one question I get all the time from from normal people about Owen
Yeah.
is like what makes Owen so magnetic compared to like other celebrities. And honestly, I honestly can't really. I mean, for me, I I never found Owen funny, but at the time I discovered him, he was kind of a new conservative-ish guy, and so was I, and so I kind
Sure.
of my whole thing was, oh, good, another newbie. I'm like, hopefully I can, kind of give him some pointers and help give him
Hmm.
a bit of a boost. Boy, was I wrong on that.
But
But
you were on your journey. See, see, the reason why you and I at the beginning, because you go back as far as I do, the reason why we had this journey is because we took it together. I was an atheist. I was uh, I didn't care about abortion. I didn't care about God. Now, I'm not saying that I wasn't raised with, I'm just saying that at the time, the journey seemed like we were taking it together.
well, as
And that is an appealing thing. It's getting on the Trump train, not the Trump train, getting on the Owen water ski, because he's kind of hollow and I don't know.
well,
I've been thinking about why as well.
well, the interesting thing for me though, Boulder, and this is something I don't think a lot of people now understand is when it comes to politics and whatnot. I've been doing this shit since I was like 14 or 15 because I was
Yeah,
always
I've been conservative as well.
so so like as far as politics goes, I predate Owen. I just and I actually part of the reason why I got onto Owen's whole thing was because basically I lost a lot of friends who ended up going never Trump during the whole uh, 2016 election. So when when the Bears first started, I'm like, great, there are a whole lot more Trump people in there. So,
well, well,
or so I thought.
well, yes, you are correct. Um, but at the beginning, it was about bringing together people that had fundamental views about anti pedophiles, freedom of speech. These
Yeah.
things connect us. It's the outside world that disconnects us. And these things are still true today.
Yeah,
So why not join into a community that you can have ideas and exchange ideas with? And I did it on every platform. I was in every bear chat. I was in the Facebook, the Reddit, the Instagrams, the all of it. And you know what I found is that
I'm
most people, except for the Kool-Aid bears that just soak up whatever he says, are good people. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting right outside the fence. I'm saying there are more of us on the outside waiting for you to just get near the fence.
yeah.
And then I'll grab you.
Well, for me too, it's also the whole thing of like people think that Owen's story is inspiring.
Ah, fuck that.
And I mean, I don't
That dude hasn't. Fuck him.
and I mean, I don't want to get too cocky, but like if you think Owen's story is inspiring, you you ought to you ought to come watch my 25th birthday stream and
Yeah.
see some of the stuff I talk out there because I basically in part of so at the beginning of the year on my
No
birthday.
way, Sam. No way, Sam. You're you're so much more inspiring than any day, year, or life that Owen could live. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying it's just because of your handicap. I'm saying it's because of you.
Well, thanks. And I mean that's one thing I wanted to show people, which was why I did that stream. I actually doing that stream back in January pulled a lot of people away from the Bears who were like I got messages from people saying that like they were supposed to spy on me for Owen, that like it was their job to like watch the channel
Now
and
you know that what I was saying was true. I'm so out of it that they got new spies and they got new fucking people that are being directed. But I was there 3 years ago being directed to go and spy on Semper, go and spy on Pinder. And
yeah.
then I started watching them, and then I go, oh, these guys are cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I've found, and I mean, you know, one of the things I did appreciate about Owen was the fact that I mean he was a comedian. Granted, even when I liked Owen, I never found him particularly funny, but I liked the idea that we could.
Just a couple of jokes. Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, I
Well,
get you.
I like the fact that I could actually like talk out comedians, just like in a Discord and like exchange, bits that I liked with people, so
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna say this to all the fucking people that are actually listening, and there are people listening.
oh yeah,
Sam,
I know.
fuck you.
I
That's all.
yeah, well,
Okay, I'm okay. I'm done.
well, you know, Owen, if Owen is watching this, or if someone in Owen's circle is watching this, I have a couple things to say.
Oh, he's definitely,
Hey,
definitely being watched.
Owen, stop hand jerking on stream. It's weird
Get over your daddy issues, dude.
and and
Fucking
and embarrassing. Also, Owen, please. All I want is an apology to John Arcade for Dodger.
Yes.
That people ask why I cover Owen. That is literally all I have ever wanted was for him to come on stream, sit down with John Arcade, and
That is a huge thing. What he did to Johnny is not okay.
and
It's
yes,
not.
I know that Johnny's past it, and
Yeah.
I know that it's never gonna happen. But fuck you, I'm
That's
not.
because Johnny's a bigger person. Have you ever heard Owen apologize for anything? No.
No, I no.
Coddington, I'm talking to you.
So
Sorry.
no, no. Coddington's annoying. So um,
No, Coddington's the one that's going to review this and listen. And fuck you, Coddington.
so
You little 5'2" fucking little bitch.
well,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm actually a bit taller than Pinder, and I'm not that tall. So
Yeah.
let's
No,
see.
Cods is super small, fat, and gay.
You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait a long.
I met him. I met him in Denver.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Imagine if I still lived in Denver when that whole thing. You people thought I was still there, and
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, they
I
thought you were like gonna come to the Denver show, and I remember that. Oh,
sorry, Alan. I enjoy sunny South Florida too much. So except for now.
yeah, that's right.
Except for now. Now it's getting into the 90s and it's humid as hell here. So um
But I do agree with the whole like, what are we gonna cover next? And you know, the Owen thing has people are like burnt out on it, and I get that.
well, what are we covering next? I'll tell you what I'm covering next is I've been covering the COVID stuff a little bit, which to be honest, I'm burnt out on that too. But
Yeah, for sure,
I'll tell you what,
for sure.
creepy Joe Biden never fails to make me laugh and whatnot. I
Oh my goodness, that guy is endless fun,
I
endless puns.
Mitt, Mitt Romney wants to put y'all back in chains. That was like back in 2012.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh,
I do see that Biden has endless coverage, opportunity. Um, but you know me and where I come from, and I'm still going to be sitting out here on the outside of the fence, waiting for disaffected bears to kind of like stroll their way towards me, and then I go, grab you, get
so,
out.
so am I.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years, and it's kind of my thing now, and it's good. It's good to get people out of the cult.
See the one thing about this show is there are bears that tune in to me anyway because they think that I talk about Owen, and then when I don't, they're forced to watch me anyway because even if I make like an Owen reference or something. So
Correct.
so
They have to report on it, or they have to like remember it and spread it back to the community. I guarantee you that Boulder Bear, like, look, I'm friends with mods on the fucking thing that they do. They'll never ban me. They'll never block me because we predate all of that stuff.
I know that one of the bears was like trying to like dig up dirt on me, but they were trying to make like a big shocker that I still like Louis C.K. and it's like I've never hidden the fact I've never hidden the fact that I still like Louis C.K. And at least Louis C.K. is honest about what he did and um
Kind of dirty, but yeah.
but I mean what he did or I guess might still do is that's that's Tuesday for Owen. So
Yes. That's actually like, yeah, I agree with you. Now that I see that how you put that in that uh, frame, I agree.
I I I actually kind of want to email Louis and be like, "Hey man, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You should not be ashamed at all. Look at this guy who claims to be who claims to be a comedian." So, um,
Well, what I like to see is that he's getting more and more desperate. I don't like to see it. I actually dislike it, but he is getting more and more desperate, and he's taking his core audience from I'm maybe 2,000, maybe.
that's to me that is still a huge number, but like I only have like 640. So
Yeah,
subs.
but 2,000 at 5,000, $5 a month. 2,000
Oh
at
yeah,
$5 a month,
yeah, that's not a lot of money at all.
and he's got to share it with Vox.
Well,
Let's not forget Vox. This is where the critical mass will crack. So, how long until he turns on Vox? Now, I've been saying it like 90 days for like a year. How long until he actually cracks with Vox? I'm going to say the day that D Live kicks him off, he's got 3 months, 90 days from the day that D Live kicks him off.
which could still be a year from now, for all we know.
It could, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, D Live is a lot more forgiving, and uh,
D Live is
they don't have.
D Live is kind of a pain in the ass to set up streaming wise, but that's another subject.
D Live doesn't even consider him a partner, and he's got 22,000 followers. Okay, I'm still trying to get Steven Ignoramus. You're supposed to get partner at 300 followers. And Ignoramus has 500.
I
You see the difficulty?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all fake. D
well,
Live is fake.
yeah. Well, I mean, D Live is mainly a gaming channel, right?
No, not anymore. Twitch is a gaming channel,
Right. Yeah.
but
I know Twitch is.
But D Live is now the new free speech platform currently. So why wouldn't they give Owen, who has 22,000 subs on D Live? He's one of the biggest channels on D Live. Why wouldn't they give him
because
partner?
because they don't want to kill their brand with him, and that's what he does. He's a brand destroyer.
I agree. That is not far off from his eventual destruction. I agree. This guy has killed how many?
Imagine just shooting yourself in the foot with like Twitter and whatnot, because you just need to say the N word so damn bad. Like that's the entire reason in my mind that he had Nimmer around. I mean, the gay thing makes sense now too, but like originally I'm kind of like, boy, all this to keep a guy around so that you have like a token black friend, so that you have an excuse to say the N word on stream.
Do you think so?
Well, I mean
Because
now I think that, they were gay for each other, but like I'm talking like prior to that. So,
well, I mean, the joke about, him and Nimmer being gay, that's all funny. I understand that. However, if you had ever met Nimmer and Owen, you know that's just a way for them to be ridiculed that they don't like. It's not true. They're not gay. The more funny part is that they actually tried to pass off all their... Now, Owen may be secretly gay, but they did try to pass off all of this. See, like 3 years ago, I was sitting in a hangout call with Covington, Delev, Nimmer, and a couple of other people, I'll say, that are good people.
the other
And
the other people are good people, you're saying.
yeah, the ones that left, like, I won't say.
Yeah.
And they were talking about ways to prioritize community. And if you know what that means in lawyer speak, it is, how do we monetize the flat earthers? How do we monetize the anti-pedophiles? How do we monetize the free speechers? How do we monetize... You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
There was a progression. There was a progression plan to monetize each of these communities online.
oh yeah. No, I remember that. Shoot, dude, I don't know if you realize this, but I actually, before I decided to or Nah, fuck it. I had already decided to leave the Bears with the DZ at this point.
Yeah, you left before me. Yeah.
But
Fuck yeah, you did.
I will say this, right before I actually left the Discord, a few Bears messaged me and said something like, if you stay with us, I can get you connected to Owen and you can start making money. And I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck
Yep.
that. I don't want Owen's money, especially if I have to be in the same circle as Eric Nimmer. So,
Bunny said the same thing to me.
yeah, I think it might have been her actually that approached me. So,
Yeah. Well, I told Bunny and Island and Base Texan to fuck off. But they gave me the control of the entire Facebook group. So what did I do? I shut it the fuck down. it,
uh,
it was like it's one of my favorite days ever.
my favorite day was still hijacking your precious Facebook group with Ellen, who I had literally just met like 2 hours ago. So
Yeah, you two caused me a little bit of fucking friction with the rest of them. Yeah.
I am not sorry one bit. So
Yeah, I don't care, man. Yeah, man. Think about us two sitting out here on the outside talking about this a year and a half, 2 years later, going, I shut it down because of you, and you attacked me, and neither of us care.
yeah, yeah, it's been I
It's a long, circuitous route to get to where we are.
I do have to ask you though. At the time
Hmm.
Alan and I got in and started banning base Texan, how pissed were you that we were in your ad?
Oh, dude, I was pissed, man. Yeah, I was. I was all in at that point. I was
Excellent.
like, yeah, man. I was. My route took me on a longer path than yours.
Your 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 screams of rage probably like, you know, they overjoyed me. So I
Yeah,
I
yeah. I was one of the people leading the charge against you all. Just to let you know.
and you sucked at it too.
Yeah, well, I really wasn't trying very hard either. I mean, I have 3 kids and I'm working all day, and then I get home and look, I don't really have time for this shit.
Well, plus, I won't say your name, but you actually know me, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you had to know that not all of us were that bad. So
No, no, I did know that who you were, and you knew who I was, and I never ever revealed that. And there's a good reason for that because there
mutually,
wasn't any, yeah, there wasn't any animosity from me to you.
no,
But
me neither. But I will tell you this: if you had like dox my location or dox my address, I was prepared to. I was I was I had the mutually assured destruction
no,
button
yeah,
going.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, no. If you want, we can invite people over to my house right now, and I would encourage that because I am absolutely prepared to defend borders, and I would love to shoot someone. Just oh
I honestly, if I would the now it seems so funny in retrospect, but I think it was Base Texan at the time, or one of the retards told me that like Semper Bear was a sniper in the Marines, and that he was going to come to Florida and and
Yeah, I don't buy any of that shit.
and and sh-
Do you?
oh, obviously not, but like at the time I had no idea who Semper was, so I'm like, so let me get this straight. You're gonna send a Marine sniper to kill a guy in a wheelchair just because
Yeah.
he and I said something like, I tweeted something back, well, like, well, I would prefer that he do it up close and personal if he asked.
Well, let me tell you, I've had more bears in my house than you have.
Well, I mean, I've encountered bears at campgrounds, but that's like an actual bear. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. M- I've actually had them in my house and kept them here and put them up for the weekend or the week, or in Kyle Kavanaugh's case, multiple weeks, multiple times. These people are good people. Do not let our understanding, or, I'm sorry, pussification by Owen let you think that these people are not good people.
Alan's coming to your house, Boulder. He says he's on his way.
Yeah, well, Alan can stay on my couch, and my daughter will kick his ass. He's a fucking pussy. I know Alan. He's good. He's good people too.
So, yeah, I mean, I wish Alan would come to my house. So, I mean, I would invite you to my place too, Boulder. You know, and if I'm
Yeah,
ever
I
back,
did it before. I did it before I met anybody. All right. So 4 years ago, there's a Marine that lives in Colorado Springs. He needed a job. He was out of work, and he was a bear. And I saw him on the chat. I asked him to come up here, live at my house, work for 2 weeks, make some money, and then go home. He did that. I still talk to him all the time. Hoodily daddily.
interesting.
That was the first time. But then, like I said, Kyle Kavanaugh has been to my house multiple times. From Canada. I flew him in to work for me. This isn't a bad thing that the community does evolve. It is a good thing that we trust each other. Let this be known. This is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it is for sure.
Now,
I've
who's on here? Is it Sam and
right now on the Discord it's just you and me right now.
oh well,
But I'm
I'll fill up 5 fucking hours of philosophy and my experience. The greatest part about this community is taking somebody that has been broken, that is looking for Owen, and pulling them out and making them better. Because we're all looking for the same thing. But his message is just full of Hollywood bullshit. And money. He wants money. He wants money out of you. I bring these people into my home. I don't ask for a single dollar. I pay them. But they must work. Does that not make sense?
No, it makes total sense. I mean, I would work for you. I might not be able to do labor, but hell, I've done web design and shit. So if you ever need, web design work or even like PR press releases, that's the shit that I do, you know.
Fuck you. I'll wheel you up to the front door on a tile job, and be like, all
I'm
right,
I'm fucking
you
game.
talk to him, I'm going to go to work. And you do all the face work, the talking.
I'm game. I I do know my way around some carpenter stuff because my stepdad is a carpenter by trade, so or was
Yeah.
he just retired. But yeah, that's the other thing is
No, the other point is that I'm not going to treat you differently. I'm just going to find the job that you do well, and I'm going to stick you in that job. You go talk to the customer. Me, I'm going to go do the work. We both get paid. Boom.
yep. Well,
How hard is that?
not hard at all. Well, my whole philosophy has been do you do you love the Constitution? Check. Are you a free
No,
speecher?
I carry the Constitution in my pocket.
No, I know you do. I do too. I I mean I have it on my phone. I carry it with me, and I usually carry a couple of spares. But my whole thing is: do you care about the Constitution? Do you care about free speech? Do you care about the Second Amendment? As long as you care about those three things, I don't care like who you fuck as long as they're above age.
Let me
And
ask you this. Do you care about the Third Amendment?
uh,
I
unlawful.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. It's often overlooked, and it's very often overlooked. But the Third Amendment is, to me, um, it's got to be like one of those you must research. First, second, oh, we're skipped to the fourth. No, you're forgetting about the third. All right, so I'm sure you're looking it up. Um,
Yep, I am.
all right,
Uh,
so let's do the third, please. It's so important because the Quartering Act and okay.
oh yeah, the Quartering Act. Yeah, that's a well, I mean, we don't really have that anymore, but
No, no, that's what they're doing to us right now. No, they are. This is why this is important.
well, yeah. Well, we have the surveillance state, which is kind of like the modern equivalent of it, I guess.
Right, right. See, this is why other channels are missing out on doing the third.
I have a confession to make, and that's that libertarians I mean, I consider myself mostly libertarian-ish, but man, oh man, dude, libertarians drive me insane with their face,
No, we're all three. We're all three.
with
We're
their
floating. Yeah. Yep.
li-
Yep. We're all three.
libertarians drive me insane with the Facebook is a private corporation, so therefore, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and whatnot, they should be allowed to do whatever they want. And it's like, Facebook is so
No.
in. Facebook is so in.
Hell no.
Thank you. Facebook is so in.
Duh.
Is so.
They need to be. They need to be restricted. They need to have their licenses revoked. They need to be absolutely bound by the Constitution.
I've
How else?
I've been screaming antitrust laws for years with Facebook. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
And libertarians are always the ones that scream my private corporate my private company with them, and it's like, no.
Look into the Third Amendment. Look into it. If people just fucking skip over it, and I'm like, the Quartering Act is not all of the Third. It dictates that Oracle and Google and Facebook, it is the boundary. The boundary. It dictates the boundary. But people don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, to the people in the chat, just this is kind of random, but how the hell did one of you guys find my Snapchat? I've never published what my Snapchat is, so that's funny-ish. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can find my Snapchat, fine. Whatever.
I don't ever use Snapchat, so jokes on them. I just use Instagram all the time, mostly.
Well, you're gonna be found then. That's just part of who you are.
I've got nothing to hide at this rate with Instagram. People think I'm an alcoholic because of how many beer pictures I post. So on Instagram, but I don't care. Let's see.
Do you think I care? I mean, seriously, listen to me. I don't give a flying fuck. The people are gonna do what they're gonna do. If you're doing something bad, then, I agree. Dig into their life. But we're not. We're doing something good.
Yeah.
And so nobody really wants to hurt us or dig into us or post blah blah blah. It's not important. Doesn't matter.
Alan asks how long until the Boogaloo kicks off, and I've been saying that Alan, you are the Boogaloo, man. You're the one man Boogaloo.
I can answer Alan. Okay. Um, Alan, the boogaloo will only cook off once the fucking normies have enough evidence of their own demise. Once they see that there is threatened, I don't care. Their their retirement savings is threatened. Yeah, we've already done that. Once they see that their subsistence is threatened, the food they eat. Yeah,
That's coming down the pike here soon.
that's their next. Yeah, you and I both agree. It's coming for the food.
Yeah.
Once they see that their bullshit narrative is threatened, you might actually see a fucking boomer take up arms.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you what. My parents are boomers, but they're both extremely based boomers. Um, it's I understand the complaints that people have with baby boomers, but it's a little hard because a lot of the ones I know, like in my life that at least matter to me, they're all based. But then like I go out in public and I see like regular boomers, and I get it. I get why their people are annoyed by them. So
You're pretty lucky that you have based boomers.
yeah, well you're talking to a kid who was basically raised listening to Rush Limbaugh. So
So was I.
yeah,
But that doesn't mean that my parents are based boomers.
no.
So our parents would be fighting each other. So
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure. My now see my mom. It's funny because I am close to my I am close to my mom, but not in the same way Owen is. That's for sure. But my mom every when I would come home from school, like she would actually take the time to like ask what I've learned, particularly when it came to like history. And
Who do you hate?
who do I hate?
Yes.
Uh, Communists.
That's the most important question. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I know where you fall because I know who you hate.
I mean, I hate Nazis too, but to me they're one and the same. So
Well, that's because they are.
yeah, I mean, my grandfather served in World War II and liberated the and helped to liberate one of the camps. I'm big into World War II history. So
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Me
yeah,
too. You gotta know where you come from. This is a existential question. Right now, what is your biggest threat?
right now, what is my biggest threat at this moment?
Yes.
Probably falling asleep during the stream. I would imagine.
No. Your biggest threat is everything that the normies believe.
Oh yeah. Well, in terms of that, yeah, you you're right. I mean,
You you and I can talk endlessly about the things that we're going to change, the things that we're going to do. But right now, the biggest threat to you is the confusion of the normies. Look at them all running around like a chicken with their fucking heads cut off. Okay?
the biggest threat is normie women, particularly normie college girls. So that's all.
Well, I'm not trying to fuck a college. I'm actually in love with a woman.
No,
And so
that no, I know. So that was a bit of comedy though. So
okay. Um, yes, guys without women is also a fucking threat. This is a bad thing
yeah, no,
for the world.
yeah, no.
Fuck.
Things are going downhill somewhat, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I am strangely. I mean, I know the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but at the same time, I'm fairly optimistic, somewhat that you know.
Yeah, I
I
am too.
I
Yeah.
guess the smart people will prevail and whatnot. And part of that is because I have to be, because otherwise I will. If I continue down the end is nigh, I will spiral just like Owen does. So
Well, no, what I prefer is that the smart people will prevail, just like you, and sometimes we're going to have to go a little bit backwards until we get to the point where we can implement actual.
uh, go ahead.
I'm talking about humankind,
Yeah.
not uh, generational. Humans can correct this problem. This is what I know. This is what I believe.
Johnny is not wrong that stairs are my biggest threat either.
Mm.
But that yeah.
You are a star-studded event. You are. You're a beautiful.
Thank you. I'll have to clip that for my intro.
Mm.
So no, man. You're you're good at as well. So I
The part about other people being in control of us This is not true.
No.
We are in control. And maybe some people needed to be reminded of that.
I agree. I'm trying to keep up with the chat right now.
All right. Let's see what the chat says.
So
Is Boulder full of shit or
no, I don't think you're full of shit at all, man. I'm just listening to what you're saying, and I agree with a lot of it. So
all right. All I see is all right. All right. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm literally speaking contemporaneously for you. If this is how I feel, this is, you know,
no,
I want,
I like that. I like off the cuff shit. So
yeah, this isn't, I just turned my computer on and uh, I'm not even going to look at it. Um, the point is, look, I don't have the secrets. I just live for myself. I raised my 3 kids. That's it.
well, I will tell people the secret of life, at least what I have found, which is that your individual happiness is your own choice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can choose to be fucking, miserable, or you can choose to be happy. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I got 300 different lines of happiness, but I would agree with you. There's no way without accepting. There's no way.
yeah. Well, and that's another reason why, I mean, I still am somewhat politically involved, but I don't obsess with it as much as I used to because
Let me ask you this. Um, I could have 100 kids and maybe 1/10 of them could have the strength that you have. 1/10. So that means I lose 90 children.
so what's your was there a question in there?
Yeah. The ones that are able, 1 in 10, are they of like mind and quality?
I think it's not so much being like minded necessarily necessarily. I'll tell you what separates us and people who listen to this show, the core audience of, I mean, it partially is like mindedness, but the other thing is it's adversity to a certain extent and how we've overcome it. You've had shit that you've had to deal with. Johnny has
Mm.
had shit that he's had to deal with in his life. I know that, you know, one of my other mods, Zenit Ford, she's had to deal with stuff. I've had to deal with stuff
Yeah.
like
You ever been burned?
have I ever been burnt? I mean, I accidentally burnt myself once
But
with a
I'm saying I know what you mean.
yeah. No, I've been burnt. I've had my heart broken a couple times, but more so than
No,
that.
I'm talking actual fire, but yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, I no, I burnt myself with a lighter once, but I've never been like actually on fire. That now my uncle,
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
now my uncle, may he rest in peace, was a fire marshal for years and years and years. Actually, no, he was actually like the head of the fire department for Telluride, Colorado for 20 years. So yeah, I mean
Mm.
he was on fire, but no, part of the whole, my point is, I guess, I mean, a lot of people in my circles, they've all had to face adversity of some kind, and I can tell you that
Mhm.
Owen, for as much as he grovels about it, he hasn't had to face adversity. He got into Hollywood easily, so, and
Yeah.
you know he he was born the son of two professors, so you know
Yeah, I agree.
so
Owen didn't have to face necessarily um, adverse conditions other than what he uh, opened up to.
yeah,
I really do think that his father did something to him. Maybe whoever helped his father maybe kind of did that as well.
yeah.
I
No,
don't know this,
I mean,
but it fits the fucking profile.
if he did get molested, that sucks. But you know what? I've known people who got molested as kids, and they haven't turned out as messed up as Owen. I've known women who have been
Yeah,
raped,
yeah,
and they
I
don't
agree. I agree. I
and
agree.
and they don't use
Totally.
it as they don't use it as excuses to be. I mean, some of them do,
Yep.
but I know a lot more that don't. And look, life,
Yep.
at one point you're going to life life sucks for everyone at various points, and people just have to know how to deal with their shit, man. And
Yeah. Yeah, man. I like I said, I've done way more bad stuff and gotten over it and processed through it than Owen even has said online. Like, this isn't even like I look at him like a fucking pussy.
Well, that's because
This isn't it.
that's exact what he is, dude.
Yeah. Well, he's also continuing to bring people in and conform to his tribe and things like that. And I'm just out here on the outside going, nah, don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's all you can do. So,
No, that's
uh,
not all I can do.
well, you're pulling the bears out of the fire, but they also have to want to come, too. That's that's the thing. They have to be
No,
open.
no, no. They have to know that there are people on the outside. That's it. That's what I've learned. They have to know that there are people on the outside.
Yeah,
And maybe we're all scattered and whatever, but there doesn't need to be a leader.
no. There can be multiple. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I do feel bad for Johnny in the fact that he's been unfairly labeled as like the head of the DZ. I mean, and the thing with the DZ is the DZ was just
Yeah.
was just like a group of people. We didn't have any. I mean,
I do feel bad about that Johnny, but Johnny really wasn't the face of the DZ. Really.
the well, the DZ was more of like a band, more or less. By which I mean like there were multiple people, so it wasn't just like it wasn't just like Johnny. Like Johnny might have been like our John Lennon or something,
I
but like
think
I might have been Paul McCartney or something. I don't know. So
I think that if Johnny was here, I would say, okay, you've done your you've done your task.
oh he's in the chat. He's watching.
Okay. Well, I'm not. But if I were to say to him, I would say you've done your task, and now uh, it's it's not over because obviously Owen isn't fucking done, but Johnny has really Johnny has really done his entire arc. But that's not to say that we gotta forget. God damn it. You guys.
Arcs arcs change too somewhat. I mean, my arc from when I started, podcasting is way different than what it is now.
Yeah, yeah. I realize that.
So, um,
I just want that Johnny can kind of move towards something that is just, it's both. Get over it and I fucking know you. A You know what I'm talking about, Johnny.
Yeah. Let's see.
I can't see the chat, so you're gonna have to read it to me.
No, it's fine. Let's see. People are people are supposedly joining my Discord, so I'm just kind of in there right now.
Yeah.
So um,
Are they stream raiders?
I don't know. So I I mean yeah, I think all the raiders are in here. I'm not sure though. So
Yeah. The best part is that like I said, I'm not gonna give up on any good people. Okay?
no,
I'm never gonna
nah,
give
man,
up
I
on
hear
good
you.
people. These people are all over the world, all different ages, and I'm never going to give up on good people.
No, I hear you. I I think trying to get the good bears out is a noble thing. Um, but I also think that there are certain bears like cod and some of the ones that are just so hardcore. You know,
Yeah, of course.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard to get them out. So
I agree. I agree. And whenever you try to get a bear out, you're going to be watched. You're going to be attacked. You're going to be ridiculed. These are the things that I've been doing for years. Doesn't matter. I want to get one person out.
oh, you've got several of them out.
About 100 now. Yeah, about 100.
That's good. Um, well, I mean, it's kind of getting light here, and I'm starting to fade. So, any final thoughts?
What I would like to say is that this is not your final resting place. You may have another place. Make sure that you identify. And Coddington, fuck you.
No, I don't plan on Florida exactly being my final resting place.
No,
And
Coddington's listening to us. So, fuck you, Coddington.
mm-hmm. Well, and Johnny, I agree with you. I want Owen to come out too. That's another thing. I just want Owen to admit that he's to like publicly say the words "I'm gay" on stream. So,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally gay.
but anyway, Boulder, thanks for coming on, and thanks to all of you for watching the
Yeah,
TWR out the After Wax show, as it were. So
pardonnez-moi, monsieur.
so can you boost your audio? I'll synchronize it more with Mocha Nation or lower his and boost overall volume. I mean, yeah, I could maybe try that. WF. So I'm still playing around with Discord a bit. So, um, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I'll see you probably later this week. So, peace all.
All right, done. Night night.